You guys always ask to know what Korey has to say, so we're doing an interview with Korey for you. Let's see.
Firstly, Korey has to say that she feels awkward in front of a camera.
That's
which
okay.
is why
so
she's
do
not
I.
on the podcast.
I feel really weird talking to like an empty room right now,
Yeah,
but you know, people will see it and it'll feel very personal.
Okay.
The main question that people always ask is if you guys are ever going to do an international tour. Like I think
Well,
you did a while ago, didn't you? Like a long
We've
time
been
ago?
overseas, like with Ken and Trey, we were overseas. I feel like Ben's first month with us, we went to Norway.
Nice.
John, not that he doesn't love you
Yes.
overseas, but he doesn't like traveling overseas. He doesn't like going through customs with all of
Yeah.
our cases, and
Yeah.
it's just a big pain to him in his mind.
Yeah.
So,
well, now with the kids, I'm sure too.
yeah, like, are we going to leave them? Are we going to
Yeah,
bring
exactly.
them? So I think it's just, the thought of it is more overwhelming.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's your opinion on it? Would you go? Or?
I would love to go. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of people now. They're like, "Well, Jen's from England, so you have to come to England."
Right.
You know, everybody wants to see Jen.
She would love that, too.
England, so. Yeah, I'm sure she'd get to go home and see people. But
Yeah.
so that's like the main thing that we get asked all the time. But let's see, another one with John getting his new tattoo. They were wondering, like, does anybody else in the band have tattoos? And
No, I mean, John and I just have these
Yeah, the women.
guys. And I think in general we're just not tattoo people.
Yeah.
Not that we have a problem with tattoos.
Right.
I've
What was
considered
his-
it,
yeah,
but then I see really old women with tattoos, and it's just, your skin gets all...
yeah. Location.
Guys
and
look
everything
tough
like that.
still with tattoos when they're old,
Yeah.
but ladies are kind of like,
What
So
was
I think-
John's like inspiration behind? getting
Well,
this?
he's always wanted to get this tattoo, actually,
Mhm.
almost since we started the band.
Awesome.
And he was like, it's just not practical, because what if we're not doing this very long?
Yeah.
I think
Well, yeah,
after
a lot
12, 13 years, he decided that maybe this is what he was going to do for
For a
most of his
while.
life, even at least something in the music business.
Yeah,
So
totally.
I think he felt okay about it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. What's something that you absolutely cannot live without on the road?
Huh.
Like you would just totally freak out and die if you didn't have it.
I don't know. I think after so long on the road, you learn
Just
that you
get
can't
used to
have
it.
those things,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I used to.
Yeah. In the very beginning. Or
Yeah, you just have to kind of be content
roll with the punches.
whatever
Yeah.
happens. Even when there is a plan, it always changes.
Yeah.
So.
I can see that being in a different place all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. I like my coffee, but I'm not like have to
Yeah.
have it.
Well, and coffee's pretty easy to find. It's not like, oh, if I forget that at home, then I'm never gonna.
Yeah. And everything else is like, well, my typical day is like wake up in the morning with the kids, Nanny goes in to work out, she comes back out at noon, I go work out,
Yeah.
maybe practice, shower, get ready, show.
Yeah.
Hang with the kids and then show.
Nice. Awesome.
So.
Let's see. Are there any bands that like you're listening to right now? Anybody that you're totally into, like on your iPod or anything?
Funnily enough, I typically don't listen to music
Yeah.
a lot. And I don't know if that's because John and I are married and it stresses him out to listen to music.
Yeah.
Aside from, well, it's killer.
Yeah. That's another
So I
question.
think-
Do you
I
guys
think-
have your own music on your iPods?
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely. But because I've been running outside, I've re-listened to my iPod. So I've
Yeah.
been listening to Flyleaf's first record.
Nice.
Just love that record.
I do too.
Such a good record.
Good choice. I'm way excited they're in the studio right now.
Yes,
or
I
they
think
just finished, I think.
They're pretty
Thought
much
they're
done, is what I've heard, yeah.
So I'm really excited
They're
about
touring
that.
right now. so-
Yeah, I'm way excited about that.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be awesome.
Let's see. This is from all the girls. What are your thoughts on dating?
Okay, I get this question a lot, actually.
I'm sure.
We have single women in the bus.
Yeah.
Well, I never dated
Mhm.
until I felt like I was ready to be married. So not that the first person I ever dated was John, even though
Right.
it just so happens that that was the case for me.
Right.
But I find that puts a lot of pressure on people, and it over-spiritualizes the situation where, there has to be an attraction,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
But if you're not in a phase of life where you feel like, I have a long period where I'm single,
Mhm.
when I'm growing up, and so I didn't date growing up, so I was like, what's the point? People just get hurt. You kind of,
Yeah.
get yourself in messes physically. It just goes there,
Yeah.
emotionally, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but for me, it was around 22 maybe. I think I was a senior in college. I felt like, you know what, I feel like it's okay for me now. So then it was a little bit like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I've never done this before,
Totally.
But yeah, so for me, it was God showed up for me in a way that I asked him to, which
Right.
was, I would like to know when I meet the one.
Mhm.
And so when John and I met, I felt like God speak to me that he was the one. And then I went and told my sister, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, we'll see how this plays out. Because, you could hear God wrong. Or
Yeah,
I'm not going to tell the guy, because I've had friends that have
Right.
done that, like, God has spoken to me. I'm like, well, he needs to speak to both.
Now you've scared him.
Yeah, like I have a friend now who's dealing with this. Her best friend keeps telling her that she's going to marry her brother. And she's pressuring her because God spoke to her about it. And it's just like, she has no attraction to this guy. Like, there has to be some attraction,
Yeah,
physically,
mutually.
personality-wise.
Yeah.
You have to think about the things you like and desire. And then, when you're in that phase, then you start dating and seeing how things go. Preferably group dating at first, so you
Yeah.
don't get yourself in a mess. It's easy to get yourself in a bad spot, so
Especially
you
if
always
you don't
have
know
to,
somebody, too.
yeah, you have to have cautions for yourself so you don't do stupid things.
Absolutely.
Because we all do stupid things.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. Somebody asked, like, with the new, like, fan club that you guys are starting to launch or whatever, they're wondering if you're ever going to do, like, any online chats on there, like you did with panheads.org, anything like that.
Honestly, I never really know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, like, the fan club thing, I'm like, what
That's
what
cool.
exactly are we doing?
Yeah.
Usually what will happen is, somebody's got the plan.
Yeah.
It's never really us. And they'll call us up and say, hey, you have to
You're doing this.
You're doing
Yeah.
an online chat today. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
So that would be more of, like, press our management about
Yeah.
that. But, like,
It seems to be like, I mean, I wasn't around, like, for any of the online chats, but it seems like I remember reading over the transcripts, like, right after that happened. It seems like really overwhelming for you guys because there's so many people
Yeah.
asking everything at the same time.
and, like, John and I are typically not, like, Jen and Ben are, live on the computer. Well, Ben lives on the computer, and
Yeah.
Jen, she understands it because she's young.
Yeah.
We're just like, dude, this is coming at me so fast. I don't even
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Well, I think
Especially John, he's like, email. That's what he does.
Yeah,
Facebook,
I think that would be overwhelming
MySpace,
for anybody.
doesn't get it.
Honestly, like some of that stuff. I remember reading. It's like, wait, which question is she?
Which
answering?
question is
It
she-
was like
I know,
100 years
I was like,
ago.
"Oh!"
There's been like 50 questions. Each time. Let's see. Here's a funny one. Why did John chop off all his awesome bleached hair? It was a Skillet trademark.
He just likes changes. You
Yeah.
got to change it up, reinvent yourself.
Sort of
And it
move
was a
with the times,
phase.
maybe.
Yeah, I think he felt like our music was changing.
Yeah.
It was less industrial,
Yeah.
so you might as well change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think overall people prefer it, because the dude's a nice-looking guy, and some people couldn't see past the hair.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. I mean, I could see that for sure. With
in fact, people in our bus still make fun of that hair, just so you know.
I liked it, but then I sort of became a fan around that time, so I was
Right.
kind of used to it for a long time. But
Yeah.
let's see. Do you guys have like any traditions, like anything that you all do as a band, like any like sort of like Bible study or worship time or anything that you guys do together, like weekly or daily? Or anything?
Nothing consistently, no. We periodically will have worship times together with a laptop, and usually Jen leads those. Other than that, we don't. The girls and I are going through search for significance.
Nice.
It'll be just Jen, Tina, and I, but we're really inconsistent with that as well. Like, it's hard to explain how things
Yeah.
go down on the road, because you're
Well,
like, what do you
yeah.
guys do all day? It's just so busy. Like, I
Yeah.
can't explain why.
Yeah.
But I feel like the last time we did the book was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's just one chapter, and it takes like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they do their thing, then I do my thing, and then things just get busy.
Yeah.
Like all day long. I'm like, I didn't even get to practice today, even 20 minutes. But
Yeah. Understandable.
yeah, so nothing consistently, but we periodically will worship together,
Awesome.
and then we're doing the book, sort of.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, what's the deal with the John's whole peanut thing? Where did that come from?
It's just random.
Okay.
It was really completely random.
Kind of like the doggy thing.
Yeah, we were demoing a song. We were demoing Hero, actually,
Mm-hmm.
in Chicago, because this is before we were doing stuff with Howard Benson.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was just the first day, and he gets really hyper, and,
Yeah.